Hello, and welcome to another quiz. This time about Elijah with a J. So 20 questions. Let's begin. Question 1. Elijah was a Nishbite, Fishbite, Tishbite, or a Kishbite? And we find out in 1 Kings chapter 17 that Elijah was a Tishbite. Question 2. Which king of Israel did Elijah warn about an imminent drought? Was it Jehu, Omri, Ahab, or Ahaziah? And he warned Ahab in 1 Kings chapter 17. Question 3. Which animals brought Elijah food during the drought he prophesied? Was it mice, ravens, bears, or wolves? And Elijah received room service from ravens, again in chapter 17. Question 4. What was the widow of Zarephath gathering when Elijah first met her? Was it hay, eggs, water, or wood? And she was gathering wood, again in 1 Kings chapter 17. Question 5. How many times did Elijah stretch himself over the widow's dead son before he was revived? Was it once, twice, 3 times, or 4 times? And he stretched over him 3 times. Question 6. Where did Obadiah hide 100 prophets of the Lord from Jezebel? Was it the palace dungeons, the caves, the tents in the forest, or the house of the prophets? And that was the caves, again in 1 Kings chapter 17. Question 7. What did Elijah instruct Obadiah to go and tell Ahab? That there would be a famine in Samaria? That the king of Aram's army was advancing? To pull down the statues of Baal? Or that Elijah was found? And the news was that Elijah was found in 1 Kings chapter 18. Question 8. How many prophets of Asherah were called to Mt Carmel for Elijah's sacrificial challenge of Baal? Was it 400, 450, 500, or 550? And there were 400 called in chapter 18. Question 9. After Elijah mocked the prophets of Baal, what other ritual did the prophets try to gain Baal's attention? Did they dance around the altar? Or cut themselves with knives? Did they sing hymns? Or beat their chests with sticks? And the prophets cut themselves with knives in chapter 18. Question 10. Why did Elijah choose 12 stones to build his altar? Was it because there was one for each gate of the temple? Or that that's all he could find? Was it the number of years Ahab had reigned? or because it was one for each tribe of Israel? And it was one for each tribe of Israel. Question 11. What did Elijah's servant see from Mount Carmel the seventh time he looked out to sea? Was it a cloud, an angel, an island, or a boat? And he looked out and saw a cloud, in 1 Kings chapter 18. Question 12. How did Elijah return to Jezreel from Mount Carmel? Was it via a chariot, a whirlwind, on foot, or via a donkey? And he went on foot, or rather he ran, in 1 Kings chapter 18. Question 13. Where did Elijah run to escape Jezebel's death threat after the prophets of Baal were killed? Was it Hebron, Megiddo, Shiloh, or Beersheba? Elijah went to Beersheba in chapter 19. Question 14. Who or what awoke Elijah for food as he slept in the desert wanting to die? Was it Moses, ravens, an angel, or Elisha? And that was an angel in 1 Kings chapter 19. Question 15. Who was the small, quiet voice that spoke to Elijah on Mt Horeb? Was it Ahab, Elisha, Moses, or God? And that was God in chapter 19. Question 16. How far away was Ahab's palace from Naboth's vineyard? Was it next to it, or 1,000 cubits away, 2,000 cubits, or 3,000 cubits away? And the palace was next to the vineyard, as shown in 1 Kings chapter 21. Question 17. What did Ahab do when Elijah told him of God's anger at the murder of Naboth? Did he chase him out of the palace? Did he laugh? Throw a spear at him? Or did he repent? And Ahab repented in 1 Kings chapter 21. Question 18. What accident did Ahaziah suffer that caused him to seek consultation with Baal-zebub? Did he slip on the palace steps, or trip over a plowshare, fall from his roof, or was he thrown from his chariot? And he fell from his roof in 2 Kings chapter 1. Question 19. What message did Elijah give to Ahaziah concerning his future for inquiring of a false god? Was it that he would be stabbed by his servant, or a plague would strike him and his family, that his flesh would be eaten by dogs, or he would never get out of bed alive? And it was that he would never get out of bed. In 2 Kings chapter 1. And question 20. What fell from Elijah and was picked up by Elisha after the chariot of fire came? Was it a bag, a cloak, a staff, or his sandals? And that was his cloak in 2 Kings chapter 2. So how did you do? And who do you know more about? Elijah or Elisha? Do let me know. Until next time, goodbye and God bless. Come join me at 101chapters.com